Hey yo, what's up everybody, it's Saint JJ. Today I'm coming back with a video talking about Presearch, and of course for those who already watched the video previously on my channel, basically it's gonna pop up over here, just click on it. On the video itself, I basically do a review talking about what is this Presearch, and of course from there you can search, and of course you can generate some income by searching, and of course I would say it's like a decentralized Google. And of course on top of that, if let's say you want to claim your free 25 pre itself, feel free to use the link down below to sign up. And of course on the video itself, I spoke about how do you trade, basically how can you store, and after that basically like what is this ecosystem all about. And of course on today's video itself, we are going to talk about how to set up the node itself for those who are interested in basically setting up the Presearch node. But of course on the content itself today, we are going to do something much more interesting by setting up multiple Presearch node on one computer, and after that from there we can, like one PC, one IP address, because from what I understand itself, basically Presearch itself, they told on the setup itself, they said one IP equals one node. So over here we have somehow found a loophole to basically bypass that, and of course set up multiple instances on my PC itself. Over here you can see I've already set up multiple instances of basically Presearch that is running on my PC, and right now on the PC itself I have 3 Presearch nodes that is running. And of course proven over here, you can see this over here, this tree has been installed like recently only because I've been testing it. And of course in the video itself, I would say I did not over here you can see as a node operator, it's against the rules to basically modify the software. I did not freaking modify any software or the nodes itself. I just added on a VPN, and after that from there I bypassed the one IP equals one node itself, because this itself they do not listen to the port, like I don't know, some special port itself. Instead it only listen to the port 8080. So over here we can basically make use of it to run multiple instances. So over here we're going to talk about what do you need to basically install this Presearch nodes itself. So before we talk about what do you need itself, if you are new to the channel itself, feel free to watch my other content talking about how do you stake / set up cryptocurrency nodes, which is going to pop up a playlist over here. Just click on it. And of course on my channel itself, I bought like hardwares to basically set up cryptocurrency nodes. And of course from there I would say mining itself, I'm not really affordable. I mean in Singapore itself, you can't really afford mining. So I would say yeah, setting up this kind of nodes itself is a thing that I kind of want to do. And of course I'm gonna basically jump into the topic right now, basically talking about how do you like set up the requirements. So I've already done a GitHub page over here, which is gonna be linked down below. And of course this over here you see is not the final copy. After I made this video, I'm gonna update all the timestamp to basically tell you guys what you need to do and everything. So over here the requirements itself is simple. If let's say you want to set up a Presearch nodes on your PC itself, and after that you want to set it up like multiple nodes itself, first of all you need the VPN, and of course from there I recommend using SECrypto because this is the one that I've been using, and after that I have a lifetime over there. So over here, if this is only optional. If let's say you do not want to set up multiple nodes itself, you can ignore the option, you don't need a VPN. And of course the VirtualBox with Ubuntu server itself is a must go, I would say. If let's say you set it up on your PC or let's say your Windows itself, it's going to be kind of complicated, because over here on the guides on Presearch node itself, you can just install it using the Ubuntu server. And of course you need to download the VM VirtualBox itself if you have not downloaded it, and of course the download the Ubuntu server, basically the latest version. And after that over here the FileZilla, if let's say you want to set up multiple nodes, you will need to have FileZilla, and of course the VPN to sign up. And of course if let's say you do not want to set up multiple nodes, just don't download FileZilla, and after that don't need to download the WinScript. Over here you need to have PuTTY. So I would say this PuTTY or PuTTY, people want to call it, I would say this is a must have. And of course to note that every node that you're gonna run, you want to stake on it, because you can stake your Presearch pre-token itself on the nodes itself, and after that from there generate some sort of passive income. So I would say the requirement itself is very simple. You need to have 2000 pre per node. So if let's say you're gonna set up like 5 nodes, 10 nodes, you need to have that amount of pre to basically stake on the node itself. Otherwise just don't run the nodes itself, it's gonna waste time or money. So over here I would say this guy itself is gonna save you a lot of money. If let's say you are gonna do a VPS server or whatever, renting a server is gonna cost you maybe $5 a month or even $20 a month to run this kind of Presearch node. But of course I would say this node itself is very lightweighted. And of course over here you can see I already run like 3 instances on my PC, and after that I'm just gonna show you how do you like run more of it. And after that from there in this video we're gonna do it right now. So basically right now we're gonna do the step 1, basically setting up the node itself. Step 1, follow the video, and after that you understand how do you go through it. So step 1 itself is simple. Download the VirtualBox. Once you set it up, once you open it, it's going to show you this page, and after that, from there you will see nothing. So for my case, I have a few stuff that is there, and after that you will need to basically download it and click on the new. This is the first step, and after that, from there, for my case, I like to choose it to basically another file, another HDD drive that is basically huge enough to store those virtual machines. So for my case, I'm just going to call it what is that, basically over here, the Presearch over here, and after that, I'm going to name this instances the Presearch number 4, which I've already set it up. So over here, just choose Linux, and of course over here need to choose the Ubuntu server, and after that over here just click on Ubuntu 64-bit, and after that click on next. And over here you need to basically, I will just go with the default because this is a lightweight node and you do not need a lot of resources to run it. So I'm just going to use 1 GB, and over here it's going to ask you the memory size. Just click on create, and after that leave it as default, basically the VirtualBox this image. Just click on next. I will just choose the dynamic allocated, and after that over here you just need to put it as default 10, and after that create. So once this is done over here, you need to basically click on the settings. So on the setting itself, you need to basically head over to the storage and select the Ubuntu server, which is over here, the latest version you downloaded, basically the 20.04/4 for my case, and of course click on OK. And after that, the next thing you still need to do is basically on the network itself, I would say select the bridge adapter, and after that from there I'm using the LAN cable. So this over here on default, it is showing me the LAN cable. If let's say you are using the Wi-Fi or something else, you just need to choose the Wi-Fi card, and after that from there it will just bridge the network over there. So depending on what kind of setup you're using, if you're using LAN cable, most probably it's gonna be the Realtek gaming or something. And after, if let's say you're using some Wi-Fi, it's gonna show you there's a Wi-Fi card. Just choose it, and of course click on OK. So once it's done itself, we want to basically boot the server by clicking start. And over here, once we have clicked on start itself, the next step is basically setting up the Ubuntu server. So over here on setting up the Ubuntu server itself, just select install the Ubuntu server, and after that over here it's gonna pop up the messages and stuff. Over here we need to wait. So on the guide itself, I basically documented down basically the step 1, select install Ubuntu server and wait, and after that over here the next thing is basically select your language and many other more stuff over here, which is I'm gonna do a guide with you on this video itself. So we have to wait for it to load. So over here, once we are loading, and it is gonna show you some stuff over here. So over here, the first thing you need to do is basically select your language. So for my case, English, and after that over here just click on done. Over here we need to memorize this DHCP v4 itself. By right itself is gonna be shown over here. Just know that this number is there, and after that you need to memorize it to access it in party later on. Just click on this, and after that on the proxy address itself, leave it as default, and after that over here the mirror address, leave it as default. Over here just untick the LVM group, and after that over here just click on done. And over here on this case, just click on done again, and after this, it's going to ask you if you want to confirm the instruction. Just click on continue, and after that over here for your case itself, it's up to you. I'm just going to put it as Presearch 4, and after that the username, you need to remember it, and after that your password set a secure one or whatever it is. So over here, the username itself is the one that you need to remember, and the rest does not really matter. Only the username and the password, and click on done. And once you're on this page itself, just leave it as default and click on done. And over here install the SSH server and click on done. Everything here you do not need to install any of it, just ignore, click on done. And after that from here it is going to take maybe I would say 1 to even 5 minutes to 10 minutes for them to basically install, and of course from there update the server. So you will be waiting and waiting until right now you will see view full log, and after that eventually you will see the cancel, update and reboot. Do not click on this, just wait until you see the reboot option, which is going to be shown later on. So after all the things that have been installed, you will basically see the reboot now. Just click on reboot now, and over here you will be basically using this, you will see this fail to unmount. Just click on enter, and you will be able to access the other pages that is going to load. So over here, once it's showing the Oracle and it is going to basically reboot itself, the next step itself is basically logging in to the node itself, and I'm going to show it to you how do you do it. After everything has been loaded, you will be basically stuck on this screen, and after that over here just click on the enter, and you will see the Presearch login page, and after that just click on the username that you selected. So for my case it's Presearch, and over here once you are on this page itself, you need to enter your password, and of course the password on Ubuntu itself or Linux, it is basically blank, so you need to type it properly. And after that, once you type in on the page itself, you will see on the top on the, basically you will see the system information. Basically it's showing me the IPv4 address which I told you to remember early on. So over here it's going to tell me 192.168.1.136, and after that over here we are going to jump into the next step itself. Is basically asking you to install the Presearch Node on the virtual machine, and after that on this step itself we are going to access the party. So over here you can see on my party itself I have pulled it up, and after that over here I just need to enter 192.168.1.136 and click on enter, and over here it's going to prompt me this security alert key. Just click on accept, and once I have accepted this itself I'm going to ask to log in. So over here enter your username, which is on default, it is, for my case it's Presearch, for your case it's otherwise, and after that over here just click on the password and enter. So over here once you're in the page you're going to see the same page. So on this VirtualBox itself you can just minimize it, and of course just use this party to use as the terminal. So over here we're going to install the Presearch Node itself. So for my case you need to basically copy this over here, which is basically link on the description, I mean the GitHub itself. Just go over there, and after that to paste the party, to paste things on party using Windows, just right click on it. It's gonna automatically paste whatever you copied, and over here it's gonna reply it like that, and just click on this over here, just copy it, and after that basically on this step itself it's just copy and pasting, and over here just enter the password and just wait for a while. So to install the Docker itself it is gonna take some time, so I would say ranging from maybe 1 to 2 minutes depending on how fast the thing goes, and just be patient and wait for everything to be installed. So once we're installed I'm gonna go over to the next step. So over here once you have already installed the Docker itself, it's gonna tell you to run Docker blah blah blah. Once you see this message over here, that means Docker has been installed properly. So over here just copy this this code over here and copy it and paste it over here and enter. So once you have done it, it is going to tell you unable to find this locally. Just leave it, just don't touch it. It's going to basically pull all of the downloads, and after depending on internet speed it's going to download everything and install it. So once you have seen the install is completed, you will see the request download newer image latest, and after that you will see the Presearch and Presearch 4. So once this step is done, just head over to this sudo pull, basically sudo docker pull the Presearch Node itself. Just enter it, and once you have entered it, it's gonna pull basically the latest update or whatsoever. Just let it do its job. Again the same step is gonna happen, basically over here waiting, downloading, and after that from there it's gonna install. And once you see this thing has been downloaded and has been completed installing, you will see this over here. And over here this step itself, the last step to basically start your this Presearch Node itself over here is to basically run this code over here. But bear in mind, and in this code itself you will see the registration code. This enter your registration code is very straightforward. You need to head over to your Presearch Nodes itself. Over here you need to basically sign up an account using a link down below to get your free 25 Presearch token, and over here you need to basically head over to the node. Just head over to the pre and you will see the stick on nodes. Just click on it. Otherwise just head over to your manage account, and after that from there you will navigate to the nodes dashboard. Once you're on the nodes dashboard itself, you need to untick this option and click on copy. So once you already copy it, you will need to basically, I will tell you what to do. Normally I will just do this, copy it on the screen, and after that from there just paste it over here. Once you have copied the line of codes with your registration code itself, you will be able to basically copy paste it on party itself. Just copy paste it, enter, and after that over here it's gonna basically run, and basically to check if let's say it's booted up correctly, just head over to this last command itself to basically check this sudo docker log /f basically the Presearch Node. Just enter it over here. Once you see this logo itself, and after that from here it's telling you node is listening for searches, this over here you have successfully installed your Presearch Node. And of course over here if let's say you are only getting one node itself, you can just stop watching the video here, and I would say this is the end of the video. But of course if let's say you want to basically install multiple nodes, and after that from there, if let's say you have 10,000 of this pre-token, you would want to basically separate it like 2k each. I would not advise you to basically stick all your 10k onto one Presearch Node itself, because from what I understand is basically one node itself you can just take the minimum of 2,000. It does not have incentive that you increase your amount or whatsoever, so why not just take it all over. And after that from there, the things that matter itself is basically the reliability of the node. Basically over here reliability score, if let's say the score is higher, your nodes will generate more in a sense saying that way. So over here we are going to jump into the step number 4 itself, is transferring the VPN. So over here on this step itself, step number 4 is optional. So over here you need to head over to WinScript. Once you have signed up an account, you just need to head over to download. And download, you need to head over to the Linux version. And over here you'll be directed to this page itself. Just click on the download legacy CLI. Just click on it, and after that select the Ubuntu, and you will be redirected to this page. So for my case itself, I will download the version 1.4.51, and after that over here, once you have downloaded this itself, you will need to basically now open the FileZilla. So over here, if let's say on this step itself, you have already done everything, and after from that, oh shit, you forgot your host name. Basically, it's the 192.168.1. something. You forgot it, just simply enter on the terminal IP address, and after that over here you will be able to see the IP address. Basically is this over here on the iNet. You will basically see this 192.168 blah blah blah. Copy it, and after that just enter it on the host, and over here the username itself, for my case is Presearch, and for your case is otherwise. Enter the password, and after that we are going to choose the port 22 and click on quick connect. Once you have connected it, it's going to prompt you something, and over here once you've already done it, it's going to tell you okay. So on this page itself, you basically need to download transfer the file over, the VPN file. So for my case, we have downloaded the WinScript CLI, basically 1.4. something. Just copy it, and after that paste it on the Presearch over here. And once it's successful, you just need to check it on your page itself. Head over back to the party and just type on ls, and over here you will see basically WinScript slash the dash CLI has already been successfully transferred from your own computer towards the VirtualBox. So once this is done itself, you're gonna head over to the step number 5, which is the last and final step to basically set up a multiple instances. So right now, so for step number 5 itself, you will need to basically check that you have the WinScript in your instances. Once it's there already, by typing ls, you will see it over there. And over here to the VPN option, just copy the code over here telling you to basically do this. Just follow the step, because I tried many ways to basically try to configure just straight away install the WinScript. It does not work. So over here, once this is done itself, you need to basically type this over here. Give me a while. Yep, enter this, and after that it's going to tell you all of this. It's going to reinstall everything, and after that just let it run and everything. And of course, once it's done, you need to do a reboot after on. Right, so you already done the code itself. Just type on this sudo reboot over here. Just type in sudo reboot, and over here you will be basically disconnected, and of course you need to wait for your main instance to basically reboot itself. So over here you can see this is rebooting because you enter the command reboot. So just wait for it to boot up, and after that everything is gonna pop up, and after that you can just install the VPN afterwards. So you have to wait for this main Oracle box itself to basically finish booting up, and after that you can log in. You can just click on the party on this icon, just click on restart this session. You will be able to access the party itself to basically enter the command all over again. Yep, so over here it has been restarted successfully, and after that just click on restart your session, log in as Presearch, and after that over here just enter your password. Alright, so over here we are done. So what we want to do is basically enter the code itself to install the VPN. Enter the password. Yeah, basically we have some error over here, so we have already done the step itself. There's some misconception on the step itself, so we are just gonna type in this code itself and see if it works. So over here it is not supported, so you need to type in WinScript, and over here just type on connect. Yep, basically you need to sudo this itself. So my bad, over here we need to basically input this sudo dot basically install the WinScript file first. Once you have installed the WinScript file, we will basically need to enter this over here, the sudo apt fix installation, and after that once you have installed it, you will be prompted with basically you will see a line of thing called like WinScript default. Just click on enter, and you will need to basically do this option over here, and after that from there to remove WinScript, I would say to remove this code itself. And after that, once you have done this, you need to basically do a reboot. So yeah, from the step itself, first step, you need to install the sudo you need to install this WinScript. Once you have installed the WinScript, just basically do the sudo apt fix, because some of the file itself on this version has some errors. So you need to basically do this option to basically fix the broken installation. So once you have fixed the broken installation, just do this sudo apt get remove, basically purge the resolve whatsoever to reinstall this thing. And after that, from there, once it's done, just do a sudo reboot, which you can do it over here. And after that, from here, we just need to wait for it to boot up again. So once you have completely booted up again, just head over to your party again, and after that, log in just by clicking this restart session. Click on it, and after that, from there, you will basically need to input the same option, basically the sudo this over here, to install back the file. And after that, we're gonna wait for a while to basically do a restart session. So once you have logged in and after rebooted, just paste this code over here, and after that, over here, it's gonna ask for your password. Let it basically unpack the file, and after that, from there, it's gonna tell you straight up. You will see the option starting up WinScript, and after that, all the codes is over there. So over here, what you need to do now is basically log in. Just enter this command over here, WinScript login, and you need to enter your username and password. Once you have already logged into your WinScript itself, just type in WinScript, and after that, type on connect, and over here it is going to basically join to the nearest nearest VPN, and after that, from there, it's going to tell you your IP has been switched. So you want to basically test if, let's say, everything is working, just type ping google.com, and after that, you will get some replies. So once you get replies, just click on Ctrl+C, and you'll be able to jump to this page. And after that, another check I want to do is basically ping 1.1.1, and you get some replies over here. And after that, click on this, and over here, we can basically, I would say, your VPN has been finally set up. And after that, over here, you want to basically run the code itself to check if, let's say, it's working. Your Presearch Node, so over here you can see it is basically launched, and after that, over here you need to wait for it to do some reconfiguration, reconnecting, and after that, from here you can see duplicate node, because yeah, basically I just ran it again. And after that, over here I would say this code itself is for your instance. So if you want to do your instance itself, just head back to your main instance, and after that, from there, just type in the code itself. You can't copy paste it, so you need to type it in manually, sudo docker logs /f, and after that, presearch, then the dash notes, right over here, enter the password, and after that, over here, just wait for a while, just let it run. And after that, I would say you have successfully installed the docker, the Presearch node itself onto your PC. And after that, from there, you can just keep repeating this option itself to basically get more and more nodes over here. So you can see this is the latest one being installed. Yep, so this is the one being installed, latest one. So over here, you can just do as many as you want, and after that, from there, I would say depending on your computer resources. So for my case itself, I have a 64 GB RAM. Basically, I can run a lot of instances, and of course, for my core itself, I have I think 8 core or something like that. So from there, if you want to check for your core itself, just download the CPU, this CPU Z itself, and from there, it is going to basically tell you your computer setup, and over here is you can read on how many core you have, how many RAM you have. So for my case itself, you can see over here, if you want to look at it, I have around 8 cores and 16 threads, so I can run quite a lot of instances. And of course, memory itself, I have 64 GB on my computer. So if you want to, you can run as many as you want, and after that, from there, repeat the step from step 1 all the way to the last step on your new instance itself. You can basically run as many nodes as you want, and after that, from there, you can save up a lot of money on VPS itself. So I would say repeat this and you get multiple nodes, and after that, from there, each node itself, remember, you can stake a minimum of 2,000, and after that, from there, just keep your nodes online, and after that, from there, build up the reliability score. And after that, I would say over here, you own all of the instance. You do not need to pay for VPS itself. For VPS, I understand you can pay a cheap fee of maybe $5 to $10, and after that, even $2, or even free if, let's say, you use Amazon Web Server. But of course, for Amazon Web itself, you can use they only give you, I think, 100 over hours for free, and after that, eventually you need to pay afterwards. So for my case, I'm going to shut down this soon, and after that, the reliability score is quite high, but of course, I can just export it out, and after that, from there, use it on my another node. So I would say this is basically what you can see over here. And after that, I've come to the end of the video. If this video is helpful, or let's say you do not understand any part of this video, feel free to join my Discord channel or my Telegram and ask me any questions that you want to, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Please smash the like button. It is gonna help me with the YouTube algorithm, and of course, subscribe to my channel, and see you on the next one. Bye bye, peace.